everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. We are going to be talking about Amberlynn Reid today because she got demonetized. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about this. The Girl World update is coming, but given the state of all of the demonetization and stuff surrounding Amberlynn and all the content that surrounds her, I am gonna wait until middle of December-ish to see what's going on there and publish it then. But I did want to talk about this right now, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, just buckle up and let's get into it. Before we get into today's video, I want to thank today's video sponsor, FlexiSpot. FlexiSpot has been a longtime friend of the channel, and I have come to you talking about their office desks. These two desks behind me are FlexiSpot desks, but today I'm here to tell you about their C7 Morpher office chair. One thing about me is that I value a good office chair because I have my booty in one more than I don't. Between working a full-time job, having my channel, and then playing video games on my PC, I need something that is going to be comfortable and supportive all day long. I can say that this has been my go-to office chair for the last 3-ish months since they sent it to me, and I love this thing. And I'm not just saying that, okay? I love this chair. I recommend it to anybody who asks me about a good office chair. I love this chair, okay? The C7 Morpher chair features FlexiSpot's Flex Lean tech in the backrest, which means that it is precision engineered to wrap right around your upper back. It adjusts up to 10 degrees, which keeps your shoulders relaxed and your upper back supported as well, so it leads to all-day comfort. It also features the Air lumbar support tech in the lower back, which can be inflated to adjust its pressure on your lower back to your preference, and the angle can also be adjusted to your preference. Lumbar support also moves as you recline too, so unlike other chairs with adjustable lumbar support, your lumbar will be supported no matter how much you're reclining to. And the next gen upgraded hybrid mesh addressed seat provides 30% more breathability and reduces hip pressure by 20%. It also has 5D armrests, which I think is one of my favorite features of this chair because you can adjust them to however you need your forearms and elbows supported, and it really helps reduce wrist and forearm fatigue, which I really appreciate. And it also has a footrest, which is really nice because, which will always surprise someone in the comments, I'm 5'8", but I like sitting crisscross applesauce at my desk sometimes when I'm working, and so the footrest is perfect for that. And like I said, I have been using this chair for 3-ish, maybe 4 months now, and I love it. The support and comfortability has not reduced at all. I have learned how to adjust it to my own needs to make it as the most comfortable that it can be for me, and so I really truly do recommend this chair. FlexiSpot also offers a 10-year warranty and direct replacement for broken parts, and they also offer a 30-day worry-free guarantee, so there's really nothing to lose. This Black Friday is your chance to save big. It's the perfect opportunity to get the gear that you have been eyeing at a price that you'll love. Using the link down below in my description and use the code C730, you will get $30 off your C7 Morpher chair. Thank you so much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video, and as always, thank you so much to you guys for continuing to interact with my content so that brands like FlexiSpot want to keep working with me, because it truly helps me more than I will ever be able to tell you. And yeah, let's just get back into the video. So if you don't know what's going on, Amberlynn Reid got her whole channel demonetized and has since taken down all of her videos from the last 12 years that she's been on YouTube. And the reason that I think she got demonetized, and that I think the community has determined that she got demonetized, is because people were going and mass reporting her content for violating YouTube's terms of service. I think there was also a recent change in YouTube's terms of service in terms of portraying ED-like behavior and self-harm. I think Amberlynn had been skirting the line of that for a long time, but I think YouTube is kind of cracking down on it more now. I think there's something going on in France right now with TikTok for the same thing. I think there's some lawsuits happening, and so I wouldn't be surprised if this was some sort of preemptive action taken, knowing that that's going on also. Because I think Tammy Lemon also got demonetized for the same reason. I think there is some questions to be raised here about these people deserve to have their entire channel demonetized because of a change now that they never would have seen coming in the past, sure. But I think the issue a lot of people take with Amberlynn being surprised by this and asking that question is like, she has had videos age restricted. She's had videos, I think, taken down multiple times over the years that she's been on the internet. So like, this has been a thing that should have been looming in the back of her head to like course correct her content and not make that kind of content anymore. But like, over the years, she still very clearly was like posting like borderline like content and definitely clickbaited her weight, her health, her eating with her thumbnails, and even after having videos restricted, taken down, whatever. And so I think this was only kind of like an inevitable thing that was going to happen to her channel, and it did. And so yeah, naturally she is spiraling, which I can empathize with to a point, because waking up and finding out my entire channel has been demonetized is like my nightmare, quite frankly, after building it up to what it is now, and also with how much of my life it pays for. I do have a full-time job outside of this, and I think Amberlynn getting her entire channel taken down is like a perfect example of why content creators should have like multiple things going on in terms of income, because one of them, the state of social media and the internet, is so fragile that like one of them can get taken away at any moment, and this just so happened to be Amberlynn's moment. So like, I can empathize with her to that extent, because like, if I lost my channel, I would have to like completely change my life, because it pays for a lot of my life, and that is just what it is. I think that's where my empathy ends in this entire situation, because like I said, Amberlynn got like the warnings right over the years of having videos age restricted, having them taken down, having them demonetized because of certain things portrayed in these videos. And she never chose, and she never made the necessary changes to keep that from happening again. So like, she's gotten these warnings, and I think ultimately this was just like the final like end, I guess, to her not following the rules of her employer, because quite frankly, that's what happened. She got demonetized, she lost her job, she got fired because she didn't follow the rules as stated by her employer. She's spiraling too, because it has come out that she has said that she doesn't have any savings, and the only savings she has is what she has set aside for taxes, which isn't really savings, it's just money set aside for a bill that you know you're gonna have to pay in the future. So yeah, and she also, in her video addressing all of this, which was very weird, we'll talk about it, she talks about how Twinkie, her dog, needs surgery this weekend, and a lot of people are even questioning if that's even true, but she's saying that her grandma and her mom are helping her with that if it is true. But I think a lot of people, because I think Chantal Foodie Beauty, correct me if I'm wrong, has used her pets in the past to try and gain sympathy for this kind of thing. Turned out that she was lying the whole time, so a lot of people are having a hard time believing Amberlynn, because Amberlynn is also a liar, okay? And I'm not one to like criticize how someone does or does not spend their money, does or does not save their money. Like, I'm not going to judge someone about their financial habits. That's just not who I am as a person. Why I will judge Amberlynn just a little bit, if not a lot of bit, about this is because over the years, time and time again, she has flexed her income and the amount of money that she has made on YouTube, which has been a lot, okay? Like, it's just knowing even a little bit about how monetization works on YouTube. Amberlynn had to have made a lot of money on her channel over the years, okay? Over the course of her channel, she has flexed that money and that income so many times to try and put other people down. Like, you just shouldn't do that, first of all. But also, the way she did it was just so tacky and tasteless and mean that I think this is just kind of like karma coming to bite her in the butt, quite frankly. And
like, I can do both, and I can buy A, B, and C. It's not just, oh, I have to choose one or the other.
I make good money, in my opinion. I make good money, and it's like, where did we get this blanket from? Society 6. It was over $100.
You just have some cash flow, like, oh god, there's hundreds in there. I hate flexing.
But I was talking to my friend, and I said, I am going to take a break from YouTube because mentally, it's not worth it to me. Thankfully, I have an amazing savings I, worked for my money and I got it. Yeah, sometimes I got that shopping addiction going, you know what I'm saying? But I'm responsible.
That's called defamation and slander. Look up the definitions. You're lucky I'm lazy. You're lucky. That's all I gotta say. You're lucky I'm lazy because, honey, I got the money.
Thank you for the money. Thank you, Minnie, for the super chat. You're nothing but a bitch. But I love that because I got your money, honey. A live weigh-in. I mean, if you guys want to send me like $500, sure. Abby, listen, just because someone wants money does not mean that they're broke. I'm by far from broke, but thank you. Why are you charging fans to interact with you? Literally, this is what YouTube is for. This is why YouTube made these things. So stop coming for me, but thank you for the money. Oh my God. I love you giving me all your money. Thank you so much. You probably, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. Ben, thank you for your money, love. Thank you. You're the dumbest person I've ever met, but thank you so much for the money. This Boston person, I love your money. It's everything. Thank you. You're keeping my lights on. You have to poop in the shower? No, but I'm living for your money. Keep bringing it in. Oh my God, that person. I'm just living for the money. Thanks. Hate some more. And then I move in when I'm 18 and then we do nothing. And it's miserable. They didn't even have enough money to get food or anything.
We don't have to really go down the line of, oh, you didn't message me, because I can say the same about you, where not once have you thanked me personally for the money I was going to give you, for the video I made.
Thank you for the money.
Also with, I'm going to talk about this in my history lesson on her, but she basically stole her ex-partner Beck's inheritance from when their mother passed away. She supposedly owes her ex Emily a lot of money. She's always kind of used money as a weapon of sorts. So I think it's just kind of karma now that she is demonetized, because she was a shitty partner in a lot of other ways, but financially she was a very shitty partner to all of her ex-partners per their own stories. But she also, in the video where she talks about getting demonetized, blames reaction channels for some reason, because that's what she always does to try and deflect blame off of herself. And I think it just doesn't make any sense for her to do this, because it just doesn't make any sense at all. She seems to think that people were mass reporting her and reaction channels sending people to mass report her content, but I know people were reporting her content more than usual recently, but I think the fact of the matter is she just broke YouTube's new TOS, and that's it. I think that's why she lost her channel. And now she is online asking for donations. She is going to sell stuff on the internet, on Facebook Marketplace. People are finding those posts and reporting them too. She's trying to sell this new vlog camera that she had just bought. It's a $1,200 vlog camera, which for the quality of her vlogs, I don't know why she purchased that, but whatever. She's also trying to sell a lot of her just for lack of a better term, hoards. One of them is a lot of these acrylic figures that apparently are the things that she'd make at least Beck play the game Choosy with. She would force them for hours to pick their favorite out of the acrylic figures that she laid out, and she would make them do that for hours. But now she's having to sell all of these little things that she bought. And she was answering questions on her Instagram story about this whole thing, and someone asked how much do you think you've spent on Choosy over the years? And she said $10,000, which, holy shit. I am irresponsible with my money sometimes, okay? But fact of the matter is, so she's selling all these things on Facebook Marketplace. People are reporting that. She tried to plug her Cash App. People reported her Cash App. And then she also, I think back in the day, got banned from PayPal because of a business that she tried running. That people reported as a scam, because it was. And so she can't use PayPal. And yeah, and so she's just she's spiraling. She's asking for donations. She's asking for help, which to a point I can understand, but I think it's very ironic now to be begging your audience for money, who, when they are the same people you used to put down or try to make yourself out to be better than because of the amount of money you were making, and you were just repeatedly flexed on them and also treated them like garbage, okay? And so I think this is like the perfect instance of you can't bite the hand that feeds you, and she very much bit the hand that fed her over and over and over again, and that's why she is not receiving a lot of help. On her Instagram stories, she's talking about how she's put in a few applications for jobs and things like that, but like being in corporate America and whatever these days, and having friends who are also trying to find a new job right now in any capacity, whether they have a degree or not, the job market in America right now sucks. And it always sucks around the holidays because a lot of places go on hiring freezes. The job market sucks right now, and it has for a while. And so I honestly think she's going to be hard pressed to find a job right now, unfortunately. And also, I do think her size and physical abilities are going to hinder what kind of jobs she can look for. I mean, she's probably going to have to do something that's work from home, because she also doesn't drive, which I don't either, but I take public transit or Ubers everywhere. But that's because physically I can, and that's not to flex, it's just the truth. But like, she doesn't drive, and I just think she's gonna have to do something that's work from home. And work from home jobs are like the most in demand right now for people with experience and the skill set needed to do them, which, after having been a YouTuber the way she has been for so long, she just doesn't have that work experience. And yeah, I think being a YouTuber has a lot of transferable skills that you could go and probably get a job with if you chose to. But I think the way Amberlynn has done YouTube, any potential employer would be able, well, she edited all of her content. Anybody could go look at any archived content, you know, like any potential archived content, and see that it wasn't really that high effort. There was no skill or like strategy behind it at all. And yeah, I don't know. I think this whole thing is just really interesting to see unfold. I do know she can resubmit for getting monetized again in 30 days and then in 90 days, I believe. But I think in order to do that, she'd have to permanently delete all of the content on her channel, which she has not done. And she has said on her Instagram stories that she doesn't plan to. She views this as like the end of an era. And she's moving on now. I think personally, I think she'll be back. I think she will try to come back. I don't think she ever fully realized like how good she had it on her channel. And I think that's at the end of the day why so many people, myself included, quite frankly, have so little empathy for her with this, because she took it for granted. She bragged about it to her audience, the people who made her the money that she was making, mind you. And she treated her audience like shit. She treated other people like shit. And now it's all gone. And I don't think she'll fully understand how good she got it until she either can't find a job, or gets a 9-to-5 job and realizes how much work it actually is in comparison to YouTube. Because like, I have always had a 9-to-5 job while having my YouTube channel, and I think they're both the same amount of like mental work. But like, when you are working a 9-to-5, you have so many other people to report back to and to make happy. Whereas with YouTube, you can just do whatever you want. Well, obviously Amber can't anymore, but more or less you can do whatever you want, but you still have to follow the rules of YouTube. And Amberlynn has never been one for following rules or being respectful. And so I think her and corporate are going to go together like oil and water, personally. She was doing a lot of live streams. Like, she hadn't posted actual channel content in a long time. She had been just doing live streams. And so like, I don't know if she could try transferring live streaming over to somewhere else. But then you'd have to rely on your audience all going over there. And I think on YouTube, she has, quite frankly, a lot of hate watchers. And so I don't know if they would go over to Twitch. I think they would, quite frankly. But she seems to be just like putting this to bed and just being done with it now. On her Instagram story, she still continues to blame reaction channels for her getting demonetized. But again, I think it's just she finally got caught for breaking the rules for so long, because YouTube seems to be cracking down on it a lot more. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have a script for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about it and give my thoughts and opinions on it. But at the end of the day, I think it's just a big case of karma, quite frankly. And I also think it's a clear case of when you bite the hand that feeds you so many times, when you need that hand truly, it's not going to be there. And I think it's also kind of been a wake-up call for me and maybe other creators that like this is so fragile, you know, and I already don't take being able to do this or like a big part of my income for granted at all. But now it's like I really don't, because it can just get swept out from under you in a second. We'll see how this goes. The 2025 Girl World History lesson is still coming just next month. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. And that's all I have to say. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, drink your water, take your meds if you need them, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.